Great day, second grade families. It's Mr. Sargent here with another weekly newsletter for the week of January 16th through January 20th. Now, first and foremost, I want to thank everybody that was here last week that got our students here on time and did such an incredible job working on our iReady diagnostics that we took last week. The growth that we saw and the work that we saw that these students did was truly incredible, and they couldn't have done that without their families' support at home. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you to everyone out there. And if you're a student out there watching, just know, ladies and gentlemen, we are super proud of each and every one of you for the work that you did last week. But we're not done yet. This is just the start. So now we can use that data to see how we can help each other and help you get even better, even stronger in reading and even stronger in math. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm super excited to see all the fun things that we're going to be able to do to make sure of this. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about things that we're going to be doing in ELA, math, and in science this week. And we even have some school news. So ladies and gentlemen, sit back and we're going to try to make this quick. So first, let's talk about our school news. Now, as you may or may not know, there is no school on January 16th. We'll be observing Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So go out there and celebrate it and honor his memory. Next, we need to make sure that we're returning our project return forms right here. These are the purple forms that were passed out last week. These just share information with the school whether or not the students and families will be returning to GPA next year. It sort of saves a spot for next year. So we want to make sure that we get all of those in. Now, most of you have, but we still have a few out there, and we love to gather that information so that we can pass it on to the right people. So let's make sure that we get that in as soon as possible. All right, let's talk about our science fair. Our science fair will be taking place January 27th. Now, I would love for the projects to be turned in before this. This way we can set up, we can finish anything and put any finishing touches in it. So if you have a question about the science fair and science fair projects and you'd like to do one, once again, it's not mandatory, but it would be pretty cool. I have handouts that I've sent home with those that said they were interested, and I'm more than willing to help out anybody that would love to do a project as long as it's not the day before the science fair. So talk to me this week. We'll see what we can do and we'll see what plan we can make to make this the best science fair ever. So let's get into our subjects this week. In ELA this week, I am super excited. Super excited because, ladies and gentlemen, you are about to go into Module 3. Now, that may not sound super exciting to you, but Module 3, it has some of the most incredible books that you're going to get to read, analyze, explore, and I'm super excited for you. And one of the first books you're going to get to read is The March on Washington, Martin Luther King Jr.'s March on Washington. An incredibly awesome historic book that I'm really looking forward to having discussions with each and every one of you about what you're reading and reading. Now, we're going to get back to our routine of having our spelling lists. So, boop, there is our spelling list, week 13. This was handed out on Friday, but if you don't have it, here it is. Now, let's take a look quickly at these words. These words follow an R-controlled E, okay? So we're looking for an R and an E. So number 1 is step. Number 2 is because. Number 3 is body. Number 4 is here. Number 5 is fall. Number 6 is germ. Number 7 is herd. Number 8 is clerk. Number 9 is nerve. Number 10 is serve. Number 11 is fern. Now I'm going to go ahead and stop. Can you see the pattern yet? The ER. Okay, in germ, herd, clerk, nerve, and serve, and fern, you hear the sound, don't you? That is that R-controlled E. All right, so we want to make sure we're identifying that pattern. Number 12, food. Come on, food. Number 13, value. Number 14, build. Number 15, flat. And number 16, a go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, like I said before, you're going to be starting Module 3 this week, as well as going over these spelling words and having your test on Friday. Great luck this week in ELA. In math, what you're going to be focusing on is the strategies for decomposing a 10 when you're subtracting. Now, that may sound overly complicated, but it's not. I think us old school math leads here remember when we used to call it borrowing. So this is when you deconstruct a number, where you break it down and you make subtraction even easier. Now, sometimes you need to borrow, sometimes you don't. But this week in math, you're going to be focusing on times where you probably should borrow to make sure that you can find the right answer to your problem. So, as always, if you ever need any help with math or reading, feel free to reach out to me and I'll see what I can do to help you. In science this week, I am super excited because we're going to be continuing our lessons on the life cycles. Now, last week we talked about plants, we talked about reptiles, and we talked about birds. Well, this week, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be focusing on mammals and amphibians. All right, so one thing we're going to be taking a look at is the life cycle of mammals and the life cycle of amphibians. Now, the great thing about what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using things like the double bubble here that will help us organize our information. And our focus next week is going to be organizing what we're learning. This way we can use it a little bit better when we need it. All right. And as always, if you ever need help with the science fair project as well, I will be more than willing to help out. Like I said, I'm always here. All you have to do is ask. And ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this week's news and videos. Once again, thank you to everyone out there for your constant support in the second grade. The reason why second grade is so strong and so awesome here at GPA is because of the families like you. So thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart and from the bottom of our teachers' hearts. Thank you. We could not do what we do without each and every one of you. So ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your long weekend, and I cannot wait to see each and every one of you on Tuesday.